with a Name, which is our opportunity to take some time to talk to some of the staff and volunteers and students that make Asheville Community Theater the place that it is. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Robin Oswald, who is a board member at Asheville Community Theater, and Riley Oswald, who is a student and a performer at ACT. Thank you guys both for being with me today. We are super excited to talk to you.
Oh, thanks so much.
So let's just start just with a question for both of you. How did you first get involved at ACT, and what are the layers of experience you've had with ACT?
You want me to go first?
Sure, you go first.
I was signed up for a production class against my will when I was like 6. Kind of just like one day, mom's gonna be like, she came in, she was like, hey, you're gonna go to the theater and you're gonna do a show. I was like, okay. So I did, was it Cinderella? I think, yeah. I did Cinderella when I was like 1st grade, and then I just wanted to keep doing it like again and again and again and again, and then here we are.
I guess my experience was a little bit different. I was involved in Tanglewood Theatre, actually, long time ago. When I was probably the first show that I was in, I was maybe, I don't know, 13, 12 or 13 or something like that. It was, I don't know, I'm just thinking to myself, it's called the Arkansas Bear, and this was back when Tanglewood was actually over at UNC Asheville. So started there, but have always been sort of connected with the theater and seen shows since I was a little girl, friends who've been in like main stage performances. And then of course, like super exciting to have my own daughter on stage and to be able to see her perform.
So Riley, in some of the later classes that you've done and productions that you've done, do you have a couple of favorites maybe that spring to mind that you could tell me about?
I have a few. My first favorite, probably like the one that was like the longest time ago, was I did the best Christmas pageant ever when they first did it in, well, I don't remember the year, but it was like 2013 or something like that. Yeah. And I was in it with my mom, and and it was really special to be able to like share the stage with my mom. And then also it was like the first role that I had ever had where I was like actually like a character and not just like in the background. So that was really fun for me to be able to share the stage with my mom. Also, last year I was in I was in 13, the musical, and that was my first lead ever.
Amazing.
First, like,
amazing.
It was so awesome. And then like, cause that was such like a small like group of people, like I think there were like 15 of us, and that was really good because it was like, everyone was like really connected with one another, and the show was meant for a huge like ensemble of kids, and it was just like, you know, less than 20 people. And so that was really fun to be able to like do that with like a smaller group. And then also let me just shout out the teen production class that I'm in now. I'm in Urinetown. That's really special to me because we're still meeting on the internet every week, and it's just like the people that I'm in the class with, like we have like a group chat, and we talk to each other like almost every single day, and it's just like really special to like connect with like everyone in that group like on a daily basis. And it's just like and like there are people that I've done shows, like I'm doing a show with my friend that I did Cinderella with when I was in 1st grade. So like just kind of like doing shows with like people that I've done shows with before, but then also like meeting new people and like just kind of like bringing them in. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's really special. I mean, I can't even begin to say how much I appreciate ACT and the staff and the directors and volunteers and all of the folks who have really worked hard to continue to have these kids be connected even during this really strange and sort of surreal time. I just, you know, those friendships are really important, and it's amazing, you know, through ACT, Riley's really been able to have this kind of amazing like diversity of friends. So she goes to a small school here in Asheville, but by having the theater, she has friends all over the area that she connects with on a regular basis, and that she's good friends with, and that she can rely on and lean on in any time, in any place.
So what would you say to a kid who's considering signing up for a production class or maybe just auditioning? What would you tell them?
I mean, do it, first of all, like, really, like, if you're like, especially if you're doing like a production class where like you sign up and like everybody gets to put on the show, like that's a really good experience. Like that was a really good like first experience for me, because then I was like on like the first day, like I met all these kids and I was like, okay, I'm going to be like working with these kids, and like that's already like a community like within itself. But like auditioning for like a main stage production, like you don't know if you're gonna get it or not. But I mean, I've met so many people just waiting in that lobby for an undisclosed amount of time. Just like going up there and just auditioning for a main stage show, just putting yourself out there, like people they're gonna see you, they're gonna now know who you are, they're gonna know your name, and they're gonna like know all of these things about you. And like even if you don't get it, you can come back and they can be like, hey, I remember you from last time. So it's just like, it's just do it.
But I do think that the wonderful growth that a kid can have being a part of the theater, and certainly a part of ACT, or, you know, like I said, a production class, or trying out for one of the main stage performances, or even going to summer camp. It's really this incredible growth opportunity to gain confidence, to really, like, you know, boost your creativity, and again, it's sort of like put yourself out there.
What would you say to another parent considering signing their kid up for a class at ACT?
If I were talking to another parent who was looking to sign their kid up for whether it's production class or summer camp, or, you know, even taking that next step and really trying out for a show on the main stage, I would say that every kid has a different place in our community. The theater is Riley's sport.
Yeah.
And I really feel strongly about that, because I do think that, you know, while sports are so important to kids, the kind of work that goes into being a part of a production is just as intense. There are just as many rehearsals as there would be soccer practices. There are lines to be learned as there would be plays for a football team to learn. There are all these different things and skills that really are a parallel in the theater world. So I think if your kid doesn't fit into this mold, why not try something else? Why not try something new? Why not allow them this opportunity that they might never otherwise have? I think for me, one of the most important things for folks to know, both from, you know, a personal side, and then obviously as a board member, ACT is a gem in our community. It is an incredible place, and has a long legacy of you know, the arts, and being supportive, and you know, launching, you know, young people into the world of theater in any capacity. And I think it's really important that people remember that the arts are just as important as any other entity within our community, and that it feeds our soul. And this is a time in which we all need that, sometimes more than ever, is just that wonderful feeling of when the lights go down and the lights come up and you're right there immersed in this incredibly kind of magical place, that you can just get away from perhaps what might be troubling you or what might be going on the outside. So I think it's really important that people remember that ACT is that place for so many people in this community.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to interrupt there. That was pretty good.
Thanks. Great. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you both. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.